Disclaimer. This material is for informational purposes only and does not constitute a call to action. Trading always involves risks, and access to my robot is only granted if all these rules are followed. Dear friends, hello to everyone. Today, we will also start trading using a trading robot based on artificial intelligence. Here it is. The link to it will be in the description below this video. It is absolutely free. If you want to test it out and try receiving signals directly from it, just activate it. As I mentioned earlier, it is free. My goal for today is to make the video in a slightly different format. Yes, so the trades and the timing of the trades will be the same, but this time the amount I start with will be $30. So I will be investing in 10 trades, and I want to try to go from $30 to $20,000 using the signals from this robot. And I'm really curious to see if I can do it. Basically, let's just test the hypothesis that I can. But in reality, everything depends on the market, and it all depends on the accuracy of this tool's signals. So before we start, here's for example a review from one of my subscribers who is already trading with this tool. So just watch, observe, and you can also like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'll start with the first asset. Yes, these will be Apple shares over the counter market. So now let's find Apple. 10 seconds. The trading robot tells me to buy. So I opened a trade based on the artificial intelligence analysis. It tells me that there's a 94% probability that this trade will go up. I trust it completely and get my first profit. Now my balance is already $57. Yes, and importantly, I forgot to mention something. Yes, today I'll be trading stocks, crypto assets, and currency pairs. So I'll be testing the functionality of all possible trading variations with this tool. Now I'm moving on to a crypto asset. This will be Ethereum. I find it on the trading robot. A 10-second signal. The trading robot says buy. I open a buy trade after receiving the signal. Now there are 5 seconds left until the trade ends. The price is rising and I watch as this trade closes in profit, so now my balance is already $110. Moving on to the next asset. Bitcoin. Now let's open Bitcoin. The signal is similar. It tells me that I need to buy, so I opened a buy trade. The accuracy of this signal is 92%. We can see that the price is currently trading down, but then there was a sudden impulse, and the profit is obvious. That's why I have $219 on my balance thanks to this trading tool. What's also important, guys, is that this tool is absolutely free and available via the link in the description below this video. If any of you want to try trading with it, just follow the link, grab it, and trade using its signals. Alright, now I'm moving on to the next asset. Australian dollar and Swiss franc. I find this asset, the signal is for 10 seconds. The trading robot tells me to buy. I've opened a buy trade, and many people ask me, why do I trade on 10-second intervals? Let me explain. Because my goal is to try reaching a certain amount, starting from different sums, simply to see the potential, how many trades in a row I can close in profit. That's it. And based on that, if I were to do this with 1-minute intervals, my video would end up being about 25 to 30 minutes long. That's pretty long, monotonous, and boring. But the trading robot offers all possible signal options, whether it's 10 seconds, from the 1st to the 5th minute, or even 10 minutes. So you can use and try to open trades at any time intervals available through the artificial intelligence. That's why, but I trade in such a way that I make variations, meaning the video I create for you is made at the moment when I come up with a new plan of action that I want to implement in the context of today's video review. That's how it is. I hope I was able to answer your question. Moving on to the next asset. Australian dollar and Canadian dollar. I'm opening this asset on the trading robot. Signal for 10 seconds. The trading robot says buy. I buy after the signal. So the price is already going up. I'm 99.9% sure that this trade will close in profit for me, which is exactly what happened. At the very least, the signal's accuracy was 95% based on all the main key parameters that the robot analyzed at the moment I requested this signal, so I can generally move on. Arab dirham and Chinese yuan. I find the currency, request a signal for 10 seconds. Buy. Immediately, I open a buy trade right after receiving the signal. Volatility increased sharply, but I still expect a profit here. And that's exactly what happened. Good volatility worked in my favor. The price continued to go up, which confirms that the trading robot signal was absolutely flawless and accurate. But what's also important, as I mentioned earlier, is that the trading I'm doing now is risky, and potentially someone without experience risks losing all the funds they've deposited with the broker. I'll explain why. Because you're not following risk and money management. For the simple reason that if you want to trade more properly, you should not trade more than 3% of your balance. Based on this, you will be able to minimize these risks. But no one can protect you from them, because the stock market, is a very complex thing. And you can lose money on futures, on options trading, in absolutely any area related to trading and charts. You can always lose, and that's normal. But if some blogger tells you that it's impossible to lose and gives you guarantees, then they're simply a fraud. I always tell you the truth, the plain truth. If there are potential risks here, I'd rather mention them in advance in the video review. So guys, please follow risk management and money management. Be careful with your capital, always trade with a cool head, don't get carried away by excitement. And most importantly, never trade or try to make money in trading with your last funds, because you can get badly burned and end up very upset. And now I'm moving on to the next asset. Once again, it's going to be Apple. Alright, I'm finding this asset. A 10-second signal. The trading robot told me to buy. I opened a buy trade after the signal, expecting a good price increase here. The signal accuracy is 89%. The accuracy is absolutely fantastic. And as a result, my balance is already $2,885. And now I'm moving on to the next asset. This will be the crypto asset Ethereum. I find it, a 10-second signal. The trading robot says, buy. I immediately opened a buy trade after the signal. Super! The price is going up. We entered the trade perfectly after the pullback. So, after we entered the trade following the pullback, we got our confident and solid profit here. I'm very satisfied with the performance of the trading robot. I really like how well we're doing and how carefully we're trading, so I can move on to the next asset. Alright, the crypto asset is Bitcoin. I choose the crypto asset Bitcoin, set the signal for 10 seconds, and the signal tells me to buy. I open the trade immediately, because it's also very important that the price doesn't shift, so the entry point doesn't change. And thanks to the accuracy and correctness of the entry, I've already made $10,000. And my next trade will be the final one to achieve the result. I'm always very nervous before the final trade when I set a goal, because either I'll lose everything now or I'll make money. Because there's always a risk of loss in trading. That's always the case, so you need to acknowledge it and always tell the plain truth. And in moments like these, despite having almost 10 years of experience, I still get nervous. So let's do this. Let's go. Australian dollar and Swiss franc. We select this asset, signal for 10 seconds. The trading robot says buy. Alright, I opened a buy trade after the signal. We need the trade to close in profit. Come on, go up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Awesome. The trade is closed. I got the profit I was expecting. The accuracy of the signal, the accuracy of the robot's opinion, lived up to expectations, and now I already have $20,000 in my balance. I'm incredibly happy with this result, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm waiting for your comments, I'll be replying. I'm always happy to chat with you in the comments. So guys, if you ever have any questions, by the way, you can always write to me in private messages. I'll be waiting for you there and will answer all your questions. That's it for this video, so have a great day everyone, and goodbye.